Hello again. A new lesson. Passive voice. We change into passive voice when the subject is unknown or unimportant or obvious from the context. For example, the ring was stolen from her house last night. In this example, we don't know who stole the ring. The subject is unknown. This car is made in England. It is not important to know here who makes the car. It is unimportant. The cows are milked once a day. It's obvious that the farmer milks these cows, so the subject here is obvious from the context. We change into passive too when we want to emphasize the action itself, not the agent. For news headlines, newspapers, articles, instructions, advertisements. For example, 8 people were injured in a car accident. We change into passive when we want to make our statement more polite. For example, my camera is broken. It is more polite than saying you have broken my camera. The formation. We form the passive using verb to be plus past participle. To change a sentence from the active into passive, we begin the sentence with the object of the active sentence. The active verb remains in the same tense but changes into a passive form. The subject is either introduced with the preposition by or it can be omitted. For example, Ahmed wrote a report. In the passive voice, a report was written by Ahmed. Subject in the active. We begin with the subject in the active voice. We begin with the object in the passive voice. We change into passive in the present simple using am or is or are plus past participle. We always serve cakes with tea. Tea is always served with tea. Does she make her bed every morning? Is her bed made every morning? He doesn't wash the dishes for his mom. The dishes aren't washed by him. When do they hold their birthday party? When is the birthday party held? We change into passive in the present continuous using also am, is, or are plus being plus past participle. We add the word being in the present continuous. When is she giving her important talk? When is her important talk being given? Mom is baking some pancakes. Some pancakes are being baked by Mom. They are helping me to do my homework. I'm being helped to do my homework. We change into passive in the past simple using was or were plus past participle. The government built a new bridge here. A new bridge was built by the government here. Did they tell you the truth? Were you told the truth? Mom didn't punish my sisters. My sisters weren't punished by Mom. Why did she make such a decision? Why was such a decision made by her? We change into passive in the past continuous using was or were plus being plus past participle. The secretary was typing the report at 10. The report was being typed at 10 by the secretary. She was cleaning the house this morning. Was she cleaning? Was the house being cleaned this morning? Who was she shouting at when you arrived? Who was being shouted at when you arrived? In the present perfect, we use has or have plus the word been plus past participle. The new boss has fired a lot of workers. A lot of workers have been fired. Why has she done all these silly things? Why have all these silly things been done? Watch out. Has she? But when I began here with the object, why have all these things. Have, because silly things is a plural word. They haven't finished their project yet. Their project hasn't been finished yet. Also here, they haven't, but the project hasn't. Watch the difference between the singular and the plural. In the past perfect, we use had, been plus past participle. By 2012, they had started a new business. By 2012, a new business had been started. They apologized after they had broken the vase. They apologized after a vase had been broken. They hadn't called Adam before visiting him. Adam hadn't been called before visiting him. In the future simple, we use will be plus past participle. She will pay the bill. The bill will be paid by her. They won't bully Dahlia again. Dahlia won't be bullied by them again. Who will she invite? Who will be invited? And I can add by here. Future with going to. Am, is, are, going to plus be plus past participle. He's going to hold an important meeting. An important meeting is going to be held. They are going to serve meals in that cafe. Meals are going to be served in that cafe. Teacher is going to reward me. I'm going to be rewarded by the teacher. For modal verbs, we use the modal verb plus be plus past participle. You should do your homework accurately. Your homework should be accurately done. They might buy a new car. A new car might be bought by them. He can make this novel into a film. This novel can be made into a film. Now, with very important notes. We use by plus the subject to say who or what carries out the action. We use with plus instrument, material, ingredient to say what the agent used. For example, a kite was made by John. It was made with paper, paint, and string. Before the material, I used the preposition with. Number 2. The subject is omitted in the passive voice sentence when it is one of the following words: people, one, someone, somebody, they, he, etc. People eat a lot of junk food nowadays. A lot of junk food is eaten nowadays. It is not preferable to use by people. Number 3. Object pronouns like me, you, him become subject pronouns. The object pronoun is changed into a subject pronoun in the passive. For example, they rescued me. Me, object. I was rescued. I, subject. She helps him. Him, object. He is helped. He, subject. Note number 4. When the verb of the active sentence is followed by a preposition, the preposition is kept in the passive voice. Jane looks after the baby. The baby is looked after by Jane. Keep the preposition. Note number 5. Some verbs may take two objects. In this case, we can make two different passive sentences. For example, Jessie showed Rose some photos. Rose here, first object, it is human, it is indirect object. Some photos is a thing, direct object, second object. I can say Rose was shown some photos by Jessie, or some photos were shown to Rose by Jessie. Watch out. When the direct object comes before the indirect object, we use to with the following verbs: give, offer, pass, write, sell, bring, show, lend, read, hand, deliver, tell, owe, and pay. For example, we owe 100 pounds to Ali. There are two ways to change into passive. Ali is owed 100 pounds, or 100 pounds are owed to Ali. 2. She reads the children a story every night. The children are read a story every night, or a story is read to the children every night. When we begin with the indirect object, we don't use prepositions. When we begin with the direct object, with the non-human, use the preposition. When the direct object comes before the indirect object, we use for with the following verbs: fetch, build, get, find, buy, save, leave, keep, call, cut, make, and book. He bought her a mobile. She was bought a mobile, or a mobile was bought for her. Ali left a message for his mother. Ali's mother was left a message, or a message was left for Ali's mother. Remember them. Note number 6. Always use the adverb before the past participle. His homework is accurately done. It's incorrect to say is done accurately. No. This lesson is properly explained. Her project is hurriedly done. Note number 7. Get can replace verb to be only. Only verb to be. He was arrested yesterday. He got arrested yesterday. The newly married couple was divorced last summer. The newly married couple got divorced last summer. Note number 8. When the subject and the object are the same with the verbs allow and let, we use reflexive pronouns. For example, he doesn't let others laugh at him. He and him, the subject and the object. He doesn't let himself be laughed at. She doesn't allow her classmates to bully her. She doesn't allow herself to be bullied. Note number 9. With verbs followed by to plus infinitive, we use to be plus past participle. I want you to tell me the truth. I want to be told the truth. She likes people to praise her. She likes to be praised. Note number 10. For passive questions, we use the preposition by. For example, who built the pyramids? Who were the pyramids built by? Or by whom were the pyramids built? The verb let is changed into allowed in the passive voice. Take care. For example, teacher, let us go out. We were allowed to go out. We also use the preposition to in the passive voice with the verb make. For example, he made us do the homework again. We were made to do the homework again. Always remember, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Thank you.